Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kaylee for those of you who are new. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this everyday makeup look using the Lorac Pro 2 palette. I've had this palette for a while and I really love it. It's an oldie but a goodie. It has some amazing colors, they're very pigmented, and I just really recommend this palette if you are looking for a new one or you already have it in your collection. So if you want to see how I got this look that is very bright and almost spring-like, I just am kind of over winter. It has not been the greatest winter, so I am ready for spring and summer. So I thought I would create a fresh, everyday look for you guys. And if you're interested in how I got it, go ahead and keep watching.
The first thing I'm using is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I love this primer. It is so refreshing and a perfect way to start off my makeup. The next thing I will be using is the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation, and I am in the shade 1.0. This foundation does oxidize, so make sure you get a shade a little bit lighter than your perfect shade because it will get darker after it is applied, but not too bad. I do like this foundation. I wouldn't say it's my favorite because it is matte and I am dry, so not the perfect winter foundation. The eyeshadow palette I'm using is the Lorac Pro 2 palette, and for my transition shade I'm using the light brown, and I'm just putting this in the crease with a fluffy blending brush and going in windshield wiper motions and then kind of blending in circles just to make sure it's really well blended. It is our transition color. For another crease transition color, I'm going in with Nectar, and I'm just putting this where I put the light brown shade and blending those two together. For my lid, I am using the color Rose, and I first spray a little bit of MAC Fix Plus onto my brush, and then I dip my brush into the Rose shade. You can also just use your finger to apply this, that works too. That actually gets a lot more payoff than the brush, but honestly I just wanted to use a brush today, so that's what I did. And I'm just applying this all over the lid and dabbing it on, and like I said, using Studio Fix Plus to try to get a more intense payoff, if that makes sense. But you definitely don't have to do that. This is a really pigmented shade. I just like it to really pop. To make sure we have no harsh lines and everything is blended and very soft and beautiful, I went ahead and took that blending brush that I was using earlier and just went into the crease with that. And then I took the shade Mocha and I am applying that in the outer V, so the outer corner of my eyelid, and then I am blending that out. Then I went ahead and did my eyeliner off the camera, and I just used the L'Oreal Blackest Black gel liner. And then I went in with the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light and put that in my waterline. For concealer, I'm using the Tarte Creaseless Under Eye Concealer. And I am putting that in a triangle shape underneath my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, above my cupid's bow, on my chin, and a little bit in between my eyebrows on my forehead. And then I'm just going to use a beauty sponge and blend that out. To set my face and foundation and everything, I am using the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana. It says it's a bronzer, but it is so light. It is not dark and brown at all. As you can tell, I'm applying it to my face, and there is no dark brown colors coming off at all. It actually does the job really nicely. Now to smoke out my lower lash line, I went back in with Mocha and a pencil brush from MAC, and I'm just going to smoke out my lower lash line and blend that all out. To highlight the inner corner of my eyes, I am going in with the shade Snow. This is such a beautiful white pigment. It really does the job in brightening up the inner corner of your eyes. I definitely recommend using this shadow. Even if you don't use a palette for your look, just go in with this eyeshadow because it is beautiful. To fill in my brows, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder, and I believe this is just in the light one. I'm not sure exactly. I don't have it with me right this second. I left it in the other room, unfortunately, but I do think it's just a light one. Usually I'm in the shade Taupe for the Brow Wiz, which I finally got a new one. Hallelujah. I have been out of it for a while and I'm so happy to have it back. To highlight my brow bone, I'm using the shade Buff from the palette, and this does a really good job. It's not too sparkly or glittery and too bright like Snow is. For this, I really do like using just more of a cream shade or a matte white. For bronzer, I'm using the Lorac Tantalizer Bronzer Duo, and I love this bronzer. I like having the travel size one because I don't use the other shade in it. It's a beautiful shade, I just don't use it that often, but I am in love with the bronzer. So I'm just using this underneath my cheekbones, kind of the hollows of your cheeks, on the temples of my forehead, and on my jawline, and then I do go down my neck just to make sure I don't look orangey or splotchy. And then, of course, I blend it out to make sure I have no harsh lines. Blush, I'm using an oldie but a goodie, and this is definitely a staple of mine from the drugstore. It's the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. For highlight, I'm using the highlighter from Becca Champagne Pop. For mascara, I am using the Buxom mascara. I actually don't know what the full name of this is. I have a travel size one that my sister gave me, but I love it. It gives you a very feminine, natural look to your lashes, and it is a really nice shade of black. It does make your lashes look really full, but not clump and no spider lashes. So I really love it. For lipstick, I am using the MAC Cream Sheen in the shade Ravishing. And on top of that, the lip gloss I'm using is NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Maple Blonde. That's the look. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, beautiful!